You are not human, and you never were. You, Chuck's soul. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us." Think about that for a moment. What if everything you think you are, your body, your mind, your identity, is merely the surface of your true essence? Here at Spiritual Wisdom, we explore the reality that you are not your body. You are the soul, a timeless consciousness temporarily experiencing human life. So, are you ready to go beyond the illusion and connect with your true nature? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts on this transformative journey. What resonates with you? And if you're eager to dive deeper, remember to like, subscribe, and join our community for more soul-expanding content. Let's awaken to the truth of who we really are. 1. Your true identity is the soul. At the heart of your existence lies a spiritual truth so profound, it challenges everything the world has told you about who you are. Beneath the surface of appearances, beneath the labels father, husband, leader, provider, there is an essence untouched by time. That essence is your soul. When you stop identifying with only your physical body and the titles given by society, you begin to awaken to a truth far greater. You are not the car you drive. You are not the career you built. You are the awareness that experiences those things. This realization is not just freeing, it's transformational. It shifts your entire foundation from outer validation to inner truth. The world has taught us to chase. We pursue success, recognition, possessions, believing they will fill the quiet ache inside. And yet, even when those goals are achieved, something still feels missing. That emptiness is the soul's call, asking to be remembered. Understanding that your core identity is the soul within liberates you from the invisible prison of external expectations. This spiritual insight allows you to redefine what success truly means, not as measured by status or wealth, but by how deeply your actions align with your soul's deepest values and purpose. A powerful metaphor captures this truth beautifully. Consider a tree. Its branches rise toward the heavens, but its true strength lies underground, in its deep roots. The same is true for you. The soul is your root system, your grounding force. To truly live, you must go inward. By nurturing this inner essence through spiritual practices like meditation, stillness, prayer, or mindful walks in nature, you deepen your connection to your soul. These moments of quiet are not wasted time. They are sacred appointments with your true self. They restore your clarity, sharpen your intuition, and build a resilience that no storm can shake. As you fully accept that you are a soul having a human experience, not a human trying to be spiritual, your entire life begins to change. Challenges no longer appear as punishments, but as invitations. Every hardship becomes a classroom. Every loss becomes a doorway to deeper wisdom. This spiritual lens reframes everything. You no longer ask, "Why is this happening to me?" but rather, "What is this trying to awaken in me?" When you begin living from soul awareness, life becomes more meaningful, more connected, more real. You move from survival to sacred purpose. Living from this awakened state encourages you to follow passions that align with your higher self. You begin to prioritize what feels right, not just what looks good on paper. And as you walk this path with authenticity, your relationships deepen. Your presence becomes magnetic. You attract others who are also awakening to their truth. A sense of community, of belonging, begins to emerge not because of shared hobbies, but because of shared frequency. Knowing that you are a soul, not merely flesh and bones, brings you home to yourself. It invites you to celebrate your unique gifts, to honor your journey, and to trust your inner compass. When you live from this spiritual center, life becomes less about control and more about co-creation. You begin to attract not just relationships, but soul connections. Not just opportunities, but soul-aligned missions. The more you nurture this essence, the more joy, fulfillment, and peace become your natural state. So, are you ready to remember who you truly are? Are you ready to live not just as a man in the world, but as a soul on a mission? If your heart whispered yes, then let that commitment be heard. Comment below, "I am a soul," and begin this sacred journey towards spiritual transformation and deeper purpose. Your soul has waited lifetimes for this moment. Don't let it pass you by. 2. The soul is eternal and beyond the body. What if everything you've believed about who you are, your name, your job, your body, even your memories, was never the full picture? What if the truth is far more profound and far more eternal? You are not human, and you never were. The body you're in, the roles you play, the situations you experience, these are all part of a temporary human journey. They're meaningful, yes, but they are not the essence of you. You are a soul, timeless, boundless, eternal. And no matter what happens in your physical world, your true self remains untouched, unchanged, and whole. Across ancient spiritual traditions, from Hinduism and Buddhism to the teachings of the mystics and philosophers of ancient Greece, there's one recurring truth. The soul is the real self. The body may change, suffer, age, or fade away, but the soul, it is constant, it is divine, and it's who you really are. These teachings weren't just poetic metaphors. They were roadmaps for living with deeper meaning, pointing us inward to discover the only part of ourselves that cannot be taken away. This shift in awareness is not just intellectual, it is deeply transformational. It leads to spiritual awakening, the moment when you stop identifying with the outer world and begin connecting with the truth within. And when that moment comes, it's like stepping out of a fog and realizing you've been home all along. In today's fast-paced, image-driven world, it's so easy to lose touch with your soul. Everywhere you look, there are messages telling you to measure your worth by your looks, your income, your status, or how many people know your name. But none of these things define your value. Because your value isn't earned, it simply is. You are worthy just as you are, because you are soul. And when you awaken to that truth, something profound happens. You begin to live differently, more purposefully, more peacefully, more authentically. Seeing yourself as a soul changes everything, including how you face life's challenges. Suddenly, setbacks don't seem like failures. They become lessons. The pain, the confusion, the heartbreaks all serve a greater purpose. Your soul uses every experience as a way to grow, to evolve, to remember its divine nature. And when you view life from this higher lens, you move through it with a kind of strength and grace that can't be shaken by the storms of the world. You're no longer stuck in survival mode. You're aligned with your spiritual nature. You see the deeper meaning in everything, and you begin to live in harmony with the truth that you are not here just to survive. You're here to awaken. The moment you embrace this wisdom, you start to embody a powerful truth. You are not your body. You are not your mind. You are a soul having a human experience. And that simple yet profound realization changes the way you see the world. It opens your heart, it clears your mind, and it guides you back to your center. This is the essence of spiritual awakening. It's not about becoming something new. It's about remembering who you've always been. It's about reconnecting with your eternal self and living each day with deeper clarity, peace, and purpose. Not because everything around you is perfect, but because you no longer need it to be. So, if something within you feels stirred by this message, don't ignore it. Let it take root. Let it guide you deeper. And if it resonates with your soul, speak it out loud or write it in the comments. I am an eternal soul. Let that affirmation be more than words. Let it be a declaration, a turning point, a gentle reminder of the power and peace that already lives within you. 3. The levels of consciousness. This physical life, as real as it feels, is just a momentary stage, a brief chapter in the eternal book of your existence. The truth is, you are an infinite being. You were never just this body, these thoughts, or even your emotions. You are the observer behind all of it. And once you start remembering that, everything changes. Most people begin their journey locked in what's called the ego state, a deeply conditioned form of consciousness where we identify ourselves only as the physical body and the mind. In this state, everything feels separate. There's me and you. There's right and wrong. There's a constant inner struggle, a never-ending desire to protect our identity, to be seen, to be right, to be safe. But here's the key. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are not your pain or your past. You are the awareness that sees all of those things. Have you ever stopped and observed your own thoughts, just watch them float by like clouds in the sky? That's the beginning of your spiritual awakening. As the philosopher Pierre Teilhard de Chardin once said, we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. This shift in perspective, realizing that you're the witness behind your mind, marks the first major step toward reclaiming your true nature. And from there, it only deepens. As your consciousness expands, you enter what's often called the observer state. You begin to detach from the chaos of the mind. You start to ask deeper questions. Who am I beyond this body? Why am I here? What is the true nature of reality? Have you ever asked those questions? As your awareness grows, you start to experience what many call unity consciousness, a state where the illusion of separation fades away. In this space, you feel deeply connected to everything. You see yourself in the trees, the stars, the animals, even in people you used to judge. Love flows naturally. Compassion becomes your language. You no longer seek meaning, you become it. And beyond even that is what mystics and sages have called cosmic consciousness, a level of awareness where you transcend time, space, identity, and fully merge with the divine. It's the realization that you are not in the universe. You are the universe, experiencing itself in human form. Just sit with that for a moment. How does it make you feel? The journey isn't always easy. Awakening can shake your foundations, but it is the most sacred path you will ever walk. Because the moment you stop identifying with the temporary and start living as your eternal soul, life transforms. Fear fades, peace rises, and you begin to live from truth. So, let me ask you this. What would your life look like if you fully remembered who you are? What would change if you stopped chasing and started being? This is your invitation to go deeper, to awaken further, and to step into the knowing that you are more than human. You are a soul. You are infinite. You are free. 4. Detachment from the temporary. Recognizing the soul as our true essence is the beginning of true spiritual awareness. This isn't just a poetic notion, it's a radical shift in identity. From the moment we are born, society teaches us to define ourselves by our appearance, our successes, our failures, and even by our emotional reactions. But all of these are impermanent. The body ages, thoughts change, and emotions rise and fall like waves. These experiences, while very real, are not who we are. They are simply the containers of experience, not the essence. Understanding this gives us spiritual clarity. When we begin to identify as the soul, pure awareness, pure consciousness, we become rooted in something that is beyond time, beyond form. The soul is untouched by the struggles we face on earth. Financial problems, heartbreaks, sickness, or even the chaos of the modern world, none of these can scar the soul. This realization is not just comforting, it's empowering, because it means that no matter what you're going through right now, there's a deeper part of you that remains whole, steady, and at peace. This spiritual understanding brings a profound calm when we no longer identify with every emotion or thought that arises. We begin to live from a place of detachment, not to disconnect, but to observe with wisdom. Emotions like anger, fear, or sadness are no longer seen as personal attacks or failures. They are temporary states that pass through us, like weather passing over the sky. But the sky remains, and you are the sky, not the storm. This shift in awareness can completely transform how we live. Instead of reacting impulsively to life's challenges, we learn to respond from a place of stillness. Stress loses its grip. Anxiety fades. The pressure to constantly perform or prove ourselves weakens. Because when you truly know you are the soul, your worth is no longer dependent on anything outside of you. You become unshaken by the noise of the outer world because you've anchored yourself in the silence of the inner world. As spiritual beings having a human experience, not the other way around, we can move through life with greater compassion, resilience, and wisdom. We become less controlled by our past and less anxious about the future. We begin to trust the unfolding of life, knowing that our spirit is guided by a higher intelligence, one that always moves us toward growth, even through pain. This awareness doesn't mean life becomes easy, but it does become more meaningful. When a man realizes that he is not just flesh and bone, but eternal spirit, he walks differently. He listens more deeply. He lets go more quickly. He understands that nothing external can define his worth, because his soul is already complete. Let this be your reminder. You are not just a man navigating this world. You are a soul embodying wisdom, power, and divine purpose. And once you see yourself through this lens, nothing can stop your transformation. 5. The soul evolves through reincarnation. You are not human, and you never were. What you truly are is your soul. A boundless, eternal essence, here not for the sake of surviving, but for the sacred purpose of evolving. The human body? It's just the temporary garment you wear, the shell that helps you navigate this particular chapter in your soul's infinite story. But you, the real you, the consciousness behind the eyes, the energy that cannot be destroyed, that is the soul. That is your true nature. Your life isn't a random sequence of events. It's a carefully woven design, crafted with purpose and divine intelligence. The soul's journey is a continuous cycle of growth and transformation. Each lifetime you experience is not isolated or accidental. It is a sacred opportunity, a classroom for spiritual development. Life after life, you're not just moving through time, you're moving through levels of awareness, peeling back illusions, and returning to the deep knowing that you are already whole, already powerful, already divine. This is the essence of spiritual awakening, remembering that you are more than your name, your past, or even your personality. Awakening means breaking the illusion that this human life is all there is. You're not here for the first time. You're not starting from scratch. Your soul has been here before, walking different paths, meeting different faces, and learning different lessons. Reincarnation isn't just a concept, it's the soul's curriculum. Just like a student progresses from grade school to higher education, your soul moves from one incarnation to the next, learning what it came here to learn. And the lessons aren't random either. That difficult relationship you had, that betrayal, that heartbreak, that moment of unexpected peace or deep love wasn't a coincidence. These are soul contracts, agreements made before this lifetime to help you remember who you are and what you came here to master. Maybe you've come back to learn forgiveness, to embody compassion, or to develop patience. And these lessons don't always show up the way you expect. Sometimes they come through struggle. Sometimes they come through beauty. But always, they are tailor-made for your growth. Ever felt like you've known someone forever, even if you just met them? Or had a strong pull toward a place you've never been? These are the echoes of past lifetimes calling to you. Your soul remembers what your mind cannot. It's trying to guide you, gently, toward your higher purpose. You might find yourself repeating the same patterns, facing the same tests, until one day you awaken. You see the pattern, and you choose differently. That's evolution. That's the soul breaking free from the cycle of unconsciousness and stepping into mastery. Spiritual awakening isn't about escaping the human experience. It's about honoring it. It's about seeing every experience, every failure, every joy, every tear as part of your sacred becoming. You're not here to be perfect. You're here to be real, raw, present, and open to the deep work of the soul. Life is not punishment. Life is initiation. So if something in you feels the truth of this, if your soul is nodding along in silent agreement, then trust that. Let it lead you. Because you're not alone on this journey. Countless others are waking up, remembering who they are, reclaiming their light. You are part of a rising wave of souls, returning to their original nature, divine, limitless, and deeply connected to all that is. Let's walk this path together. Not as humans trying to have a spiritual experience, but as souls remembering that we were never just human in the first place. 6. Challenges are soul lessons. Have you ever wondered why certain experiences in life feel like they were meant to happen? Especially the difficult ones, the heartbreaks, the losses, the unexpected detours. What if I told you that these moments weren't mistakes, but rather divine invitations for your soul to evolve? You see, you are not just a human being going through temporary struggles. You are a soul, timeless, eternal, powerful. And the truth is, you never were just a human. The human body is simply the vessel, the container. The real you is spiritual, and your soul came here for one reason: growth. Every challenge you face, whether it's emotional pain, rejection, failure, or uncertainty, is not here to break you. It's here to shape you. These are not punishments from the universe, but sacred assignments from a higher consciousness. They are mirrors, reflecting areas within you that are ready to awaken. Can you look at your life and see where the lesson is trying to emerge? As the great Rumi once said, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." Think about that for a moment. What if the pain you've endured is actually the key to unlocking your highest potential? Now, let me ask you this. How do you respond when adversity hits? Do you shut down, or do you pause and ask yourself, what is this trying to teach me? Because the way you respond isn't just a reaction, it's the very thing that shapes your spiritual path. In every moment, you are either evolving or repeating. Which path will you choose? Spiritual wisdom teaches us that the universe is not working against us. It's always working for us, often in ways we can't immediately see. What appears as a breakdown is often the beginning of a breakthrough. Your soul chose this specific journey before you were even born. Every twist, every loss, every triumph, it's all part of a bigger design created to help you remember who you really are. And who are you? You are not the roles you play, not the job you have, not the pain you've been through. You are an infinite soul having a temporary human experience here to awaken, to rise, and to return to the powerful truth of your divine essence. When you begin to view life through this spiritual lens, something shifts. Challenges no longer feel like punishments, but opportunities. Difficult people become teachers. Setbacks become sacred detours. And your hardships begin to reveal your deepest strength and spiritual resilience. The late Carl Jung once said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." In other words, true awakening begins when we face the very things we've tried to avoid. That's how we grow. That's how we evolve. So if this message speaks to something deep inside of you, I invite you to continue this journey with me. Subscribe and stay connected as we explore how life's toughest moments can become doorways to profound spiritual awakening. Let's walk this path together hand in hand, spirit to spirit, discovering not just who we are, but who we were always meant to be. 7. Your soul is multidimensional. You are, and always have been, a soul, a boundless spiritual essence, beyond time, beyond space, and beyond this physical world. Today, we will delve into a truth that many sense but few dare to explore. You are a multidimensional being experiencing a temporary human being. And once you truly awaken to this, life will never be the same again. Let's get to your true nature. It is beyond flesh and blood, beyond the identity you have been shaped to believe is you. Your true nature is spirit. It transcends the physical body and expands into a vast, interconnected existence, far richer and more vast than what your eyes can see. What you call your soul is not just a vague idea or a poetic concept. It is the core of who you are. And what about this soul? It does not exist in just one lifetime or one version of this reality. No, it lives, breathes, and evolves across multiple dimensions, manifesting in multiple forms and realities at the same time. Although your conscious awareness is tied to this present life, your soul is not limited to it. Right now, at this very moment, your soul is experiencing other lives, perhaps in different times, different planets, or different forms entirely. These are not random events. Each of these soul manifestations contributes to your eternal journey, helping you evolve, awaken, and integrate spiritual wisdom on all planes of existence. Think of it as a tree with many branches. Each branch is a different life, but all stemming from the same root system of consciousness. Albert Einstein once said that energy cannot be created or destroyed, it can only be transformed. This idea holds a profound spiritual truth. Your soul is energy, infinite, indestructible, and eternal. When your body fades away, your soul does not end. It changes. It evolves. It moves through different realms and dimensions, continuing its journey, gaining experience, knowledge, and understanding. You do not end when you die. You expand. When you truly understand this, everything changes. You no longer see challenges as punishments or random misfortunes. Instead, they become stepping stones on a larger, multi-dimensional path, each one offering opportunities for growth, transformation, and spiritual evolution. This is why spiritual practices like meditation, mindfulness, and breathwork are so important. They help you tune into these higher aspects of your being, the parts of you that already know, that whisper truth through your intuition, and that gently guide you through the chaos of life. As you deepen your connection to this awareness, you begin to understand that you are not limited by the limits of time, space, or even logic. Your essence is infinite. Your potential is limitless. And your higher self, the wisest, most expanded version of you, is always available, waiting for you to listen. When you choose to connect with that higher awareness, life doesn't just become better. It becomes meaningful. You begin to live with purpose, clarity, and power that comes not from your ego, but from your soul. So if this message resonates with you, if something inside you is nodding in acknowledgement, don't ignore it. That's your soul remembering the truth. Say it with conviction. I embrace my infinite self. Let that be your spiritual declaration that you are ready to rise, to awaken, and to live the truth of who you are. 8. The human life is a moment in the soul's journey. Your human experience is a fleeting moment within the vast journey of your soul, which is eternal and boundless. It may feel unfamiliar to consider that beneath your physical form, a deeper truth exists. The essence of your being goes far beyond your thoughts, emotions, or the roles you inhabit in daily life. Spiritual awakening is the process of remembering that your soul is your true identity, an essence untouched by the limitations of the physical world. Practices like meditation, journaling, and mindful reflection are powerful ways to reconnect with your soul's awareness. By silencing the mind, you tap into a state of peace, wisdom, and expansiveness that transcends the challenges and distractions of modern living. When you feel the weight of life's demands, pause and ask, who is experiencing this? Your soul is unaffected, remaining calm and infinite. This shift in perspective allows you to approach life's ups and downs with clarity and serenity, moving through them with the grace and insight of your soul's wisdom. The truth is simple. You are a soul navigating a temporary human experience. Reconnecting with this truth through spiritual practices empowers you to live with intention, peace, and alignment. Embrace your soul's perspective and watch your life transform. Let's walk this journey together. If this message resonates, comment, I meditate, to affirm your commitment to soul alignment. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this message to spread the light of spiritual awareness. Thank you for joining us on this soul-expanding journey. Remember, you are not just a human living a temporary life. You are an eternal soul experiencing a human journey. By shifting your perspective and connecting with this truth, you can transcend the limitations of your physical identity and embrace a life filled with deeper purpose, peace, and fulfillment. Take these principles and apply them to your daily life. Practice mindfulness, meditation, or moments of reflection to align with your soul's essence. As you do, you'll begin to see your challenges as opportunities for growth, and your relationships will deepen with authenticity. Are you ready to embrace the truth of your soul and live with greater intention? Comment, "I am a soul" below, and share your thoughts on your spiritual journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Spiritual Wisdom community for more insights into awakening your true self. Let's walk this path of transformation together. If you notice these physical changes in your body, you are awakening. The body is the temple of the soul. This timeless saying reminds us that our physical form is more than just flesh and bone. It is a sacred vessel of transformation and awakening. At Spiritual Wisdom, we believe that every shift in your body could be a divine message. Are you feeling unexpected changes, tingling sensations, strange pains, or sudden waves of energy? These could be signs that your soul is awakening and aligning with a higher frequency. In today's video, we'll explore the physical symptoms of spiritual awakening and how to embrace them as a powerful part of your journey. Have you experienced any of these signs? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if this resonates with your journey. 1. Amplified sensitivity. You wake up one day and realize that your body is responding differently to the world around you. Lights seem brighter, sounds sharper, scents more intense. The fabric of reality itself feels as if it's changed. And it has not because the world is different, but because you are awakening. This is not your imagination. This is the sacred unfolding of your inner transformation. One of the first signs that your spiritual awakening has begun is something many overlook: amplified sensitivity. It might catch you off guard at first. Suddenly, the hum of a streetlight feels like a roar. A stranger's cologne becomes overpowering. Even textures on your skin feel more pronounced. But what's really happening is that your body is beginning to align with a higher vibrational frequency. You are tuning into subtle energies, the very language of the soul. Your senses are being sharpened, not to overwhelm you, but to awaken you. Like an antenna that's finally pointed in the right direction, you're now receiving the signals of divine truth that were always present, but never fully perceived. This heightened sensitivity isn't just physical, it's deeply spiritual. It means you're becoming more aware, more connected, and more attuned to the unseen currents of life. Your body is beginning to serve its sacred role as a vessel of consciousness. Every vibration, every frequency, every ripple of energy that moves through the universe is now becoming accessible to you, not just intellectually, but viscerally. And this transformation doesn't stop at your environment. It flows into your relationships. You begin to feel people more deeply. You walk into a room and sense the tension or peace without a word being said. You look into someone's eyes and know their soul is crying out for healing. This is the gift of spiritual empathy, a kind of divine perception that cannot be learned in books or logic. It's awakened within you, through your senses, through your energy, through your spirit. To be sensitive is not to be weak. In fact, it's the opposite. It takes spiritual strength to feel this deeply in a world that encourages numbness. It takes courage to allow yourself to experience the fullness of life, to stand in the fire of intensity and not run from it. Your sensitivity is not a flaw. It is the fingerprint of your awakening. As your awareness deepens, so does your purpose. These changes in your body are not random. They are intentional. You are being prepared for something greater. You are being called to operate on a higher level, to walk in wisdom, to live in truth, to love with presence. The discomfort, the overstimulation, the emotional surges are all part of the sacred refinement that turns a man into a vessel of light. And so, when you notice these shifts, when the world begins to feel more intense, more alive, more real, don't pull away. Lean in. Listen. Honor the changes. Your body is not betraying you. It is guiding you home to yourself. This is your awakening in motion. This is your spirit rising. And in that rising, you are not just becoming more aware, you are becoming more you. The true you. The spiritual you. The awakened man who sees beyond the surface, who feels what others cannot, and who walks in tune with the heartbeat of the universe. So breathe into it. Embrace it. Let it transform you. Because every time your senses speak, your soul is whispering, you are awakening, and you are not alone. Are you experiencing amplified sensitivity? It's a powerful sign that your awareness is expanding and your energy is rising. If you're ready to embrace this transformation, comment below, "I welcome the shift," to affirm your journey. 2. Temperature fluctuations, hot, cold sensations. Maybe you've noticed your body experiencing random temperature changes moments where you feel unusually warm or strangely cold, even though the environment hasn't changed. These aren't just odd sensations or coincidences. They are subtle but powerful signs that your body is undergoing an energetic shift, an early signal that you may be experiencing a spiritual awakening. During a spiritual awakening, your entire being begins to shift mind, soul, and body. While many people focus on the emotional or mental aspects of awakening, the truth is that your physical body plays a major role in this process too. One of the clearest ways it communicates this shift is through temperature fluctuations. These sensations, sudden heat, or unexpected chills, are not random. They are evidence that your energy is adjusting to a new spiritual frequency. Your inner world is changing, and your body is trying to keep up. When you feel sudden warmth, especially in your hands, chest, or spine, this is often a sign of Kundalini energy beginning to rise. Kundalini, often described as a dormant spiritual energy located at the base of the spine, awakens during moments of deep transformation. As this energy begins to move upward, it can create waves of heat. This heat is not physical in nature. Doctors won't find a fever, but it feels incredibly real. It's the fire of your soul being lit, the spiritual energy within you, activating and ascending. It can be powerful, even overwhelming, but it is a sacred sign that something beautiful is happening within. On the other hand, if you experience sudden chills or feel cold without explanation, this too is meaningful. These cold sensations often occur when you are absorbing higher vibrational energy from your surroundings. You may be in the presence of strong spiritual energy divine light, angels, or high-frequency vibrations that your body is not yet fully accustomed to. These chills are your body's way of responding to these spiritual encounters, recalibrating your inner system to handle the new frequency. It's like your soul is tuning into a higher station, and your body is catching up with the signal. Whether it's heat or cold, these temperature shifts are not to be ignored. They are messages from your higher self, letting you know that a transformation is underway. Your physical body, the sacred vessel of your spirit, is adjusting to new waves of consciousness and inner growth. These are not just sensations, they are signs of awakening. As you continue along your spiritual journey, you may notice these signs becoming more frequent. The more you connect with your inner self, the more sensitive your body becomes to spiritual energy. You'll begin to recognize when something is shifting, when energy is rising, when your soul is being stretched, when your spirit is aligning with a higher truth. So if you've been experiencing these strange but powerful physical changes, trust them. Don't brush them off. Your body is not malfunctioning. It is awakening. You are becoming more attuned, more connected, more aligned with your divine essence, and that is something to celebrate. Comment below, I am aligning with higher energy, if you're experiencing these powerful shifts and embracing your spiritual transformation. 3. Tingling or electric sensations. Electric touch. Have you ever felt a gentle tingling, a subtle vibration, or what feels like an electric current dancing on the crown of your head or between your eyebrows right where your third eye resides? If so, this isn't just a random physical sensation. It's a powerful sign that your energy body is awakening and aligning with a deeper, more divine consciousness. These sensations, often referred to as the electric touch, are not merely biological. They are spiritual in nature. They signal that you are beginning to open up energetically, preparing to receive higher frequencies of spiritual light and wisdom. As your spiritual journey deepens, your body begins to respond. You are no longer just a physical being having a spiritual experience. You are a spiritual being becoming more aware of the divine blueprint within you. The tingling at the top of your head is often associated with the activation of the crown chakra, the gateway to universal consciousness. When this chakra begins to open, it creates a bridge between your human awareness and the infinite intelligence of the universe. The vibration between your eyebrows, on the other hand, is linked to your third eye, the center of intuition, spiritual vision, and inner knowing. When this center activates, you start to perceive truth beyond the five senses. You may begin to see things with your inner eye or feel a profound sense of knowing that cannot be explained logically. These physical changes are evidence that your energy body, your spiritual body, is shifting into higher alignment. You are integrating more light. You are becoming a clearer vessel for divine truth. Just as a radio must be finely tuned to pick up a signal, your body is being tuned to receive frequencies of love, wisdom, and spiritual power that were previously outside your conscious awareness. The tingling is like a signal that your antenna is finally up and the universe is responding. Famous philosopher Pierre Teilhard de Chardin once said, "We are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience." And as you begin to notice these subtle changes, this quote takes on a whole new meaning. What you're experiencing is not random. It's sacred. It's confirmation that something within you is awakening, remembering, and realigning with the greater truth of who you are. Do not be afraid of these sensations. Do not dismiss them as strange or unusual. Instead, honor them. Sit in stillness. Breathe. Allow yourself to receive. You may also notice heightened sensitivity to energy, a stronger intuition, or even a desire to be alone more often. These are all signs that your soul is rising, that your spirit is leading, and that your physical body is trying to keep up with the divine transformation happening within you. Spiritual awakening is not always loud and dramatic. It often begins quietly, in the still moments, in the soft vibrations, in the whispers of energy moving through your body. Trust what you feel. Trust the process. And most of all, trust the divine intelligence that is guiding you from within. This is the beginning of something extraordinary. You are awakening, and your body is the sacred vessel through which the light enters. Leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to activate the notification bell so you never miss powerful insights like this. Keep aligning with divine energy and expanding your spiritual awareness. Type in the comments, "I am open to divine activation and higher consciousness." 4. Unexplained body pain, especially neck, shoulders, back. Have you been feeling unusual aches or pains in your body, especially around your neck, shoulders, or back, with no clear medical reason? If so, you're not alone. What you're experiencing could be a powerful sign that your body and soul are going through a spiritual transformation. These unexplained sensations are not just physical discomforts. They are messengers, calling your attention to something deeper, something energetic, emotional, and profoundly spiritual. When we begin to awaken spiritually, our entire being starts to shift. The body, which holds on to emotions, memories, and energetic patterns, often begins to release what no longer serves us. This can manifest as tension, stiffness, or pain in areas like the neck and shoulders, places where we subconsciously carry stress, burdens, and emotional weight. As the old energies are released, space is created within us for higher frequencies of light, love, and awareness. The discomfort is not punishment, it is purification. The pain is not a setback, it is sacred preparation. Spiritual teacher Eckhart Tolle once said, "The body is a field of consciousness. It responds to inner states." This couldn't be more true when you are on the path of awakening. The body is not separate from your soul's journey. It is an active participant. When you feel back pain, it may be your body's way of helping you release fear, insecurity, or deep emotional wounds you've carried for years. These pains are signs that your energy is shifting, your soul is healing, and your vibration is rising. Think of it like this: your spiritual system is upgrading. Just like a computer running an old program might crash during an update, your body can feel strained as it adjusts to a new level of spiritual clarity and power. But trust this process. It's not random. It's intelligent. Your body is clearing out dense, heavy energy that keeps you stuck in fear, doubt, or limitation. And in doing so, it is aligning you with your true spiritual potential. Sometimes, this release happens when you're resting. Other times, it may strike unexpectedly during your day. You may feel a sudden heaviness in your shoulders or a strange tightness in your back. Don't panic. Instead, breathe deeply. Acknowledge the sensation. Speak to your body with compassion and ask it what it needs. Often, simply being aware and present with the pain is enough to allow it to pass. Remember, spiritual awakening isn't always about light and bliss. Sometimes, It's about sitting with discomfort and allowing the energy to move through you. It's about listening when your body speaks and understanding that true healing comes not just through the mind, but through every cell of your being. So if you're experiencing these mysterious physical shifts, take heart. You're not broken. You're becoming whole. You're not falling apart. You're awakening. Your body is not your enemy. It is your sacred ally in this transformation. And as Rumi so beautifully said, the wound is the place where the light enters you. Embrace the process, trust your path, and know that this is a divine sign that you are stepping into the next level of your spiritual evolution. If you're experiencing this, your body is releasing old energy to make space for the new. Comment below. I welcome healing energy to align with your energetic cleansing and inner transformation. 5. Sleep pattern changes. If you've been waking up between 2 and 4 o'clock in the morning, night after night, it's not just a random disturbance in your sleep, it's something much deeper. This seemingly unusual shift in your sleep pattern is actually one of the most common physical signs that you are going through a spiritual awakening. Your body is not malfunctioning. Your soul is trying to speak. This early morning window between 2 and 4 a.m. is often referred to as the spiritual window for a reason. It is believed to be the time when the veil between the physical and spiritual worlds is at its thinnest. In these quiet hours, your energy field is more open and receptive, making it an ideal moment for you to receive what are known as spiritual downloads. Those sudden bursts of insight, clarity, or inner knowing that seem to come out of nowhere. You might not understand it right away, but something within you is being aligned with higher truth. Many people who are going through a spiritual awakening report that during this time, they begin to experience vivid dreams, not just ordinary dreams, but ones that carry deep symbolic meaning or emotional intensity. These dreams are often filled with guidance, memories, or even messages from your higher self or the divine. You may wake up feeling emotionally stirred or profoundly moved, even if you can't remember the full dream. That's because your subconscious is processing something significant. It is working in harmony with your soul to help you release, realign, and rise. Waking up in the middle of the night can feel frustrating if you're used to getting a full night's rest. But when it begins to happen consistently during these specific hours, it's not a disruption, it's a calling. Something inside of you is awakening. Something deep is shifting. You are being invited into a new awareness, a deeper level of consciousness that you may have ignored before. What feels like restlessness is actually a sign of alignment. You're not broken. You're becoming whole. Rather than resisting these awakenings, lean into them. Use that sacred time to sit in stillness. Breathe deeply, pray, or journal your thoughts. You don't need to have all the answers. Just acknowledging that this is part of your awakening journey can bring a sense of peace and purpose. What you're experiencing is not strange, it's sacred. So, if you've been noticing this physical change in your sleep, understand that it's more than a coincidence. You're not just waking up, you're waking up in every sense of the word. Your consciousness is expanding, your soul is rising, and you are beginning to align with the deeper truth of who you are. If this message resonates with your soul, leave a comment of faith. I welcome divine insight in the stillness of the night. I am open to receiving spiritual guidance and higher wisdom. 6. Skin changes. During a spiritual awakening, your entire system, mind, body, and soul begins to shift. It's as though your inner world starts to upgrade itself, and the outer world, including your physical body, reflects these changes. One of the most telling signs is what happens to your skin. As your energy field purifies and your vibration elevates, toxins that have been stored in your body, some for years, begin to release. This detoxification process often shows up on your skin. You might see breakouts, rashes, unusual spots, or even experience a radiant glow you can't quite explain. That's not just biology, that's alchemy. Your skin is the largest organ of your body, and it is deeply connected to your emotional and energetic state. Ancient traditions have long understood that what happens on the inside will always find a way to express itself on the outside. So, when your soul begins its journey of awakening, when your spirit begins to remember its divine nature, your skin becomes a canvas for that transformation. As spiritual energy flows more freely through your body, it activates dormant codes of light within you. These energy upgrades can literally change your physical appearance. Some spiritual traditions refer to this as light body activation, a process where your body starts to hold more light, more energy, and a higher vibration. And when you hold more light, your skin may glow, shimmer, or radiate in a way that others can even notice. You may not just look different, you feel different. This process isn't always comfortable. Sometimes, what looks like a breakout is really your body releasing years of suppressed emotion or energetic blockages. You're not falling apart, you're clearing space. The old is making way for the new. It's like the words of Carl Jung: there is no coming to consciousness without pain. But this pain is sacred. It is spiritual growth in motion. So, if your skin is changing, if you're glowing from within, or even if you're experiencing irritation or marks, take it as a sacred sign. Your body is not betraying you. It's aligning with a higher frequency. It's responding to your spiritual evolution. You are not alone in this. Many people around the world are awakening right now, each on their own journey, each experiencing similar signs and wonders. Your outer glow is a mirror of your inner growth. As within, so without. As above, so below. What you are seeing is not just a change in appearance, it is a manifestation of deeper healing, deeper alignment, and deeper love. Let this reassure you. You are on the right path. These physical signs are spiritual confirmations that something greater is unfolding within you. Embrace it, trust it, and remember, the wound is the place where the light enters you, as Rumi beautifully said. Stay present with your journey. Your body is speaking the language of your soul. Listening to it, honor it, and let it guide you toward the divine light you were always meant to carry. If this resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your experience in the comments below. Let's keep exploring the signs of energetic transformation together. 7. Energy fluctuations. Have you been feeling waves of energy moving through your body? One moment you're full of life, and the next, you're completely drained? These physical changes might seem confusing or even frustrating at first, but they are actually one of the clearest signs that you are going through a spiritual awakening. During a spiritual awakening, your body begins to respond to subtle energetic shifts that are happening at a deep level. You may start to notice intense bursts of energy where you feel incredibly inspired, motivated, and full of purpose. Your mind may race with new ideas. Your heart might feel more open, and you may suddenly feel a strong connection to the universe, to nature, or to people around you. These are moments when your energy is syncing with higher frequencies, when your soul is waking up. But just as quickly, those bursts can be followed by waves of fatigue. You may feel physically exhausted, emotionally sensitive, or mentally foggy. And that's not because something is wrong. Your body is simply trying to catch up. It's learning how to process and balance these powerful new energies. Think of it like downloading a large software update. Your system needs time to integrate everything properly. This ebb and flow of energy is natural. It's a sacred rhythm. When you're riding a high, you're being shown the power of your awakened state. And when you drop into rest, your body is absorbing, adjusting, and aligning. You are not broken. You are being rewired. This cycle of energetic highs, followed by lows, is a crucial part of spiritual growth. It teaches you to slow down, to listen, and to surrender. Your body, mind, and soul are being realigned. Old energies are being released, and new, higher frequencies are being welcomed in. It's no longer just about survival. It's about transformation. If you're experiencing this, give yourself grace. Don't fight the tiredness. Don't question the bursts of energy. Trust that your body is becoming a vessel for something greater. You are expanding, awakening, and stepping into a new way of being. So what should you take away from all of this? First, understand that these fluctuations are not signs of weakness. They are signs of awakening. Second, honor your body's rhythms. When you feel energized, create. When you feel tired, rest. Third, realize that this is part of a larger spiritual journey, one that is guiding you toward your highest self. A spiritual awakening isn't always easy, but it is always worth it. The physical changes you're experiencing are messages from your soul saying, you are waking up, you are ready, keep going. Let this be your reminder. What you're feeling is not chaos, it's transformation. And transformation is how the soul evolves. If you're still with us and this message resonates, comment, I'm balancing my energy below. Your feedback helps us grow and stay aligned with you. 8. Ringing or buzzing in the ears. Have you ever found yourself hearing a strange, high-pitched ringing in your ears? One that has no medical explanation, no physical source, and seems to come out of nowhere. Maybe it's a soft buzz, a tone, or a frequency that only you can hear. If so, you're not alone. What you may be experiencing isn't just a random occurrence or something to brush off. It's often a profound sign that you're undergoing a spiritual awakening. This mysterious sound, often called spiritual ringing, is more than just a biological quirk. It's like a divine notification that your soul is tuning into higher frequencies, realms of consciousness that exist beyond the physical world. Think of it as your spirit's way of saying, you're ready now. You're beginning to see beyond the veil. Ringing in the ears during awakening is one of the most common signs that you are becoming more energetically sensitive. Your body and mind are starting to perceive subtle energies that are always around us, but usually go unnoticed. These frequencies are the whispers of the universe, the language of higher dimensions. They're not there to scare you. They're an invitation. The quieter you become, the more you can hear. Ram Dass. This quote reminds us that sometimes what seems like a strange sound is actually a message waiting to be heard, not with your ears, but with your spirit. When you begin to awaken spiritually, your entire mental, emotional, and physical state starts to shift. Your nervous system becomes more sensitive. You start noticing patterns, synchronicities, and yes, even physical sensations that weren't there before. That ringing, it may be a sign that you're connecting with higher consciousness, with guides, angels, or the divine intelligence that governs the cosmos. Some spiritual teachers believe that these high-pitched tones are frequencies from higher realms trying to get your attention. Others say it's your higher self aligning with a new vibration, something more in tune with truth, light, and purpose. Either way, the key is to listen not just with your ears, but with your heart. Don't panic if the sound comes and goes. That's perfectly normal. You're not broken. You're evolving. You're being attuned, much like an instrument being calibrated to play in harmony with the universe. What's even more fascinating is that these physical shifts often coincide with emotional or mental breakthroughs. You might find yourself questioning old beliefs, releasing emotional baggage, or feeling drawn to spend more time in nature or solitude. This is your spiritual intelligence waking up. It's not just about hearing a noise, it's about awakening to an entirely new reality where everything is connected, meaningful, and filled with unseen guidance. You do not need to seek freedom in a different land, for it exists with your own body, heart, mind, and soul. B.K.S. Iyengar. Your body is the sacred temple where your awakening happens. It is the bridge between your soul and the infinite cosmos. So the next time you hear that ringing pause, don't rush to fix it. Instead, breathe, listen, reflect. You may be receiving divine insight or spiritual alignment. Maybe you're tapping into universal intelligence. Maybe you're being reminded of your soul's path. Remember, awakening is not a destination. It's a journey, a process. And every sign along the way, even something as subtle as a tone in your ear, is part of your divine unfolding. You are not alone. You are not imagining it. You are awakening. Stay curious. Stay open. Stay grounded. Because as your spiritual perception grows, so will your sense of connection to something greater. A love, a light, and a truth that has been with you all along. Comment below. I hear the higher realms. If you believe your spiritual senses are awakening, and let us continue to grow together, tuning into divine frequencies and expanding our awareness. And remember, these physical changes are just the beginning. As your body, mind, and soul align, you're stepping into a higher frequency, a deeper truth. Spiritual awakening is not always comfortable, but it is always transformative. There's so much more to discover on this journey. So if you're curious about what comes next, make sure to like this video, share it with someone on the path, and subscribe to Spiritual Wisdom. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming videos that dive even deeper into the mysteries of awakening. Your journey is sacred. Keep going, and we'll be right here, walking beside you.